Hey guys, Sonia here. So we are back for our last episode of the Mortgage Myth series. Stay tuned next week for what new video project we'll be doing. I'm going to be going over mortgage terms and jargon and all the kind of different things that you might hear about. I'm going to be going over all of that. So we'll go over what each one means, what it means to you, what to expect, things like that. But for our last episode of Mortgage Myths, this one is I can roll my closing costs into my loan. Is this true or is this false? Depends. If you're doing a refinance and you have enough wiggle room in your equity, you can roll in your closing costs. Home equity loans, oftentimes you can roll in your closing costs or pay them with your proceeds from your cash out of your equity. If you're doing a purchase, there's really only one program that allows you to roll your closing costs in without adding a second loan, and that's going to be USDA. So as long as you qualify for the higher amount and the home appraises for more than your purchase price, you do have the ability to roll in some of those closing costs. I haven't had the opportunity to process this yet because I haven't had a USDA appraisal come in high enough to allow my borrower to roll in closing costs, but it can be an option if the home does appraise for more than your purchase price. USDA is the only one as far as I'm aware. I can absolutely do research and see if there are other programs, but as far as what I've come across, that's the only one that I've ever seen allow you to roll in your closing costs on purchase. Now, there are other ways to cover your closing costs. We went over seller concessions a little bit, seller credit. You can get some help from the seller depending on your loan program. Some of them are going to be 2%, some are 3%, 6%, or even 9%, depending on how much money you're putting down and what your loan program is. The only other option we can look at are going to be down payment assistance programs. Some of them will allow that to go towards your closing costs as well, or it just goes towards your down payment, and then what you have set aside for your down payment you can use for closing costs. And then there are a couple other grant programs that will actually cover closing. So talk to me and we'll look at your application and look at your goals and look at your budget and determine what works best for you. As always, if you have any questions, please drop me a line. You can private message me, call me, text me, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you want to do. Just reach out and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. See you guys next week.